Alright, Bulls, happy Sunday. Thank you so much for tuning in, you guys. I know I've been missing the action for a little bit. However, all day Saturday, I just took some time and I just laid in the bed. I mean, literally all day and night. I dropped the kids off to their grandparents about 2, and then after that, it was a wrap. Okay, I ordered DoorDash and got me some Job Bang. They got the best, they call AK-47. It's sushi, right, with the crab meat. So, yeah, I know I'm giving them a shout out, right? But, however, y'all check them out. They do have the best sushi. Now, and it's like I had got this intuitive download pretty much. So, like, everything that I was feeling is what I should have been doing, resting, okay? Quite a few of us are experiencing an upgrade. I don't know if I want to say an upgrade or an ascension, right? And so when you're going through an ascension, especially when you're closing cycles and different things like that, it's required that you take some time and you just pause, right? The whole collective has been literally being instructed to pause, all right? Because divine timing is at play. It ain't nothing that we can do but rest, sit back, and wait for the next instructions to keep moving, right? I definitely feel like things are going to be picking up extremely fast for the collective, all right? Especially if you are in alignment with self. Be expecting like the momentum to pick up. It's like this shift is going to be so quick. It's just like 1 minute you chilling, then the next minute, boom, your feet on the ground, okay? And you're doing the work that you're called to do. Now, I want to pull here from Believe in Your Magic. I feel like this is definitely fitting for today's reading, especially since it's Sunday. I forgot to keep track of the time. I'm sitting in the car, y'all, waiting for my crabs to get done. But look, throne. Sit on your throne. The potential is endless, y'all. That's what it feels like right now, right? Ooh. You created your kingdom. Yo, let me know. Has anybody had any weird dreams? Especially about either tornadoes or aliens. Let me know. Drop it in a comment. So the throne basically says, at the risk of sounding cliche, you can do anything you put your mind to. You are a mighty queen who is complex enough to be both gentle and valiant, just and magnificent, or any combination you should ever long for. The reason they tell you that you cannot have it all is because they're afraid you will become even more dangerous than you already are. Okay? So you're already sitting, look, you are, because what I was going to say is you already sitting on the throne. But check this out. It's like, and it's so weird how I'm envisioning it. Like, I'm envisioning you sitting next to or at the foot of the great I am. You know, it's like you're there. You're in your empress or emperor energy. My bad, my phone rang. But yeah, it's like you're at this point where you can literally command the energy. Okay? Whoever energy I'm tapping into, like, you are strong and you are very powerful. All right, some of y'all haven't realized your strength as of yet, or your power, especially when it comes down to your intuition, when it comes down to your alignment, right? Once you actually get all that together, if you are not there yet, oh my God. That's all I'm gonna say, okay? You can do anything that you literally put your mind to. All right, so just stay hopeful. I know things may be looking crazy in the 3D, honey, but we don't live in the 3D. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of us are light workers. We're healers. We're guides. You know, we don't operate like that. All right, and so that's the difference between us and them, right? I'm not saying that we're better than anybody else, but I'm pretty much saying is that we can't live life like everyone else. And so when we try to live our lives in the 3D, it doesn't work. It throws us out of alignment. So we always have to stay in the higher frequency, you know. And so everything that you're going through, and even if you're pulled to watch readings or you're pulled here to my channel, is because your higher self is really waking up, you know, or you already have awakened, and it already knows, like, whatever you're going through, that's not who you are. Okay, that's not the life that you're supposed to be living. And then you literally have the power to get yourself out of certain situations, to shift your reality. You get what I'm saying? It's about your frequency. And so this is why, you know, us as light workers, healers, whatever, are here, right? To help you to raise your vibration so that you can literally move into a different frequency, basically, right? So that you can move into a different dimension or timeline or whatever the hell it is, right? And it took me a long time, y'all, to really get to the point that I am, right? Because I know I was living in the 3D for freaking pretty much all my life. I was divorced at around 36 years old, if I'm not mistaken. That's when I really started to wake up, okay? It took a very tragic moment or period in my life. Like my whole life pretty much, or I guess you can say that, has been traumatic. You know, it's been some stuff, and I got to a point in my life where I was really determined, you feel me, really determined to be different, to feel different. And I knew it could not come through the ways of, you know, going to church or flipping through my Bible, you know what I'm saying, because that's all the things that I was doing over the last 20 something years. You know, I was raised in the church. You know, my parents my mom is devout. My grandmother and them are all devout Christians, and they're very devout even now. But I was raised, you know, off of Christianity, and it just wasn't getting it. You know, that it just wasn't getting it. It's not saying that I don't believe. It's just the fact that the church, what the preachers were teaching, I mean, and not church hop, it just wasn't getting it. It wasn't bringing the pieces together. I was still very vibrationally low. And that's why I decided one night, you know what, Divine? I want to know. I want to learn. I want the truth. And I ask that you give me discernment, so that I can discern the difference between what's real and what's not. And when I asked that question, that's when it started. And I actually called out to Elohim during that time. I was going through a divorce, and I mean, I just could not pick myself up. And so when I said that, it felt like my life had changed, right? That moment. And of course, that was about 8 years ago. And I'm here. This is where I'm at now. You know, doing something I thought I would never do. Be on the internet telling my story. Look, about how I became the Hierophant, okay? And how a lot of you are here too. This is your calling. This is what you are meant to do and be. We don't do things traditionally, okay? We aren't here to fit in. We have been given an assignment, and it's not going to be like everybody else's. It doesn't mean that yours is wrong or the next person is wrong, okay? So what is being given to you, that's what you're being instructed to learn and do, all right? Because it's a whole lot of people that were like me and you that need you. They need your light, okay? So this is why I show up every day, and this is why I pray and hope that you continue to show up, to learn, all right? To evolve, to feel more self-aware, to feel more empowered. You understand what I'm saying? Get what you can get from these readings, from whatever, no matter who you're listening to. Of course, use discernment, okay? And even if you need personal coaching, if you need help like that, you can reach out. My prices are not that expensive, all right? I ain't here to tax your pockets. I'm here to help you evolve, but of course, my time is valuable as well, okay? And so reach out to me. My website is www.theoraclegoddessinc.com, or you can DM me and I'll get right back to you as soon as I can. All right, y'all.